Hey guys, it's Donan Phoenix here with 4 Def Game style anime. Now to be specific, originally there were going to be 5, but since the last one's a bit too violent, I would just give it an honorable mention at the end of the video. This list also excludes shows like Sword Art Online due to the complexity of the show and the fact that the Def Game premise isn't exactly consistent overall. Kicking things off, we have Battle Game in 5 seconds following Akira Shiryanagi, a high school student, avid gamer, and strategist who's wanting to escape life through a game. Unfortunately or unfortunately for him, his wish is granted as he is seemingly killed and brought back into an elaborate death game. While not officially being stated as the premise of them being there, death happens all the same. Armed only with special powers given to them and their own natural abilities, Akira fights and strategizes his way through the challenges, the only problem being his power itself, the ability to manifest whatever power the other person thinks you have. While a little confusing at first, it turns out to be the perfect fit for him, given that his mental prowess far exceeds his physical capabilities. Up next, we have Darwin's Game. Darwin's Game follows Kaname Soto, an ordinary teen who gets invited to try a mysterious game on his phone called Darwin's Game. Upon activation, a snake appears from the device biting Kaname, unbeknownst to him, giving him a sigil, a special power granted to the members of the game. However, he will soon discover that the game is more than it seems. All players must engage in battles to the death for 1 hour, and Kaname wants nothing to do with it. But when his friend loses his life to the mascot killer Banda, he resolves himself to survive the game. Later, after meeting and defeating the powerful Kurino Shuka using his power to duplicate items he touches, she falls in love with him and they become a Bonnie and Clyde-esque power couple, and slowly form a family of sorts that takes on other players as they try to uncover the mystery behind the game and ultimately survive. Moving on, we have Donan Rope. So Donan Rope is based on a video game of the same name and involves 16 students who are locked into Hope's Peak High School, who wake up with no memory of how they got there. Shortly after, they are informed by a talking bear, Monokuma, that the only way to escape the school is to murder another student and not be found guilty at the trial that takes place after. Murder and deception being the only tool for survival, the group slowly dwindles down. All the while, Makoto Negi, a self-proclaimed pacifist, tries to guide the students the best he can and keep as many people alive as he can while trying to discover the truth behind their imprisonment. So before getting to the final show of the list, this is the honorable mention, King's Game. So King's Game is an extremely dark anime and I don't advise watching it if you can't handle extreme violence and dark themes. However, if you think you can, King's Game revolves around a group of classmates trapped in a death game, where they must complete a challenge every day, and if it's not completed, the person dies. I will say one thing that I didn't like about the show is that even when given the possibility to end the game, their chances wasted due to their own immaturity. And finally, we have Future Diary. Yukiteru is a lonely teen, so much so that he creates an imaginary friend, the god of space and time, Deus Ex Machina. However, Deus isn't imaginary at all, he's actually the god of their world. And as his time is coming to an end and with it their world, he decides to hold a competition to find his replacement, with Yuki being the first of 12 contestants who all hold a future diary, a special phone that gives them details of the future specific to the user via text, Yuki's phone allowing him to see the future. To win, he must either kill the user or destroy their phone, and at first Yuki doesn't think he'll be able to survive. That is until he meets Yuno, another contestant whose diary allows her to see Yuki's future. The only problem is that from Yuki's perspective, she is borderline insane and obsessed with him. However, she has a good reason. As the pair fight their way to the finish line, Yuno's dark past unfolds and the secrets behind the game come to light. The only question is, will Yuki be able to handle the truth? As far as the show goes, it's honestly one of my favorites in this genre. I will say that the ending may be a bit confusing if you don't pay attention to the context clues, and I myself didn't truly understand the real ending until rewatching it. And if you still don't understand, there's also an OVA and a scene that you can look up that'll better explain the ending, but you will have to look it up. So this was 4 Def Game style animes. I hope everyone enjoyed. Eternal Phoenix, signing out.